Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Glyzzi back in with another video, and I got a quick question for you. You ever play an arena and there's just some sweats that be running up, ruining your day, just slapping you, putting you in their montage? Like, it happens to the best of us, I know, and it's real annoying. But don't worry, I got you. I got 2 little tips, 1, 2, 1, 2, to get you to be able to kill these guys, because I know we're not as good as them sometimes. They're better than us, so you don't know what to do, but trust me, I got you. These little secrets will help you take them down, send them back to the lobby, and make them get back into creative. And I know I'm not just talking about you guys, because I've been dealing with this too, because like I said, I took a break, so I'm not at the tip-top shape of the game yet, but we're still finding a way to take them down and get our points up. And with that being said, if you enjoy the video, remember to leave a like down below and subscribe for more content. And let's get into these tips and tricks. Alright boys, so the first little tip, trick, whatever you want to call it, that I'm going to be telling you about on how to beat the kids, you know, that are trying to like clip you literally every freaking second of the day, you know, and you're not as good as them, but you want to figure out how to beat them. Like, there's ways to do it, and I'm going to be explaining a couple of those tricks today. And the first one we're going to get into is hitting heavier pump shots. Right now, what do you mean by, like, how do you just hit heavier pump shots? Like, that's just the concept of it. It's the idea of not panicking and taking your time and lining up those big boy fat 200s, right? So like, if I'm in a box, right, and the guy gets in or whatever, he takes your wall and he like puts a cone in, or he mongrel classics you, edits the ramp, you're normally in here and you're like confused, like looking, running away. But in reality, if this happens, if this wall gets taken and you don't already have a ramp in your box to protect yourself like this, or a cone, you're pretty much dead. So your best bet is to just prepare for the shot, like line up for it, right? Because he's gonna edit like this and he's gonna be open, so you just want to line that up and try to hit a 200. That's just like one example, right? Or if like you just like end up in a box with someone and it's really awkward, a lot of the times people will just jump and like shoot and try to hit them, and they'll probably hit them, but they'll get like a little 30, I don't know, 40, 50 tag, and you know, that doesn't do too much. And I do the same thing, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect at this, but the times I notice where I do it, I like their head's gone pretty much. But like, when I find myself panicking and hitting shots like that, I hit like 30 damage most of the time, and I end up dying and blaming the shotgun, when in reality it's my fault for not focusing on hitting the shot. But if I'm in here and I take my time and like crouch and line it up on their head and hit that 200, because that's the difference between life or death more times than not, and especially when you're in a box scenario, because most of the time if you're boxed up, you're low on HP. So you want to take that time, line up that heady, and hit it, and really focus on hitting your shot rather than trying to like find an escape route, because sometimes that's all you could do. When someone's just better than you, you gotta brace up and try to hit that bailout 200 pump, as they say. Like, I know it's cheesy and whatnot trying to hit that bailout, but it's in the game, bro. Like, if someone's gonna be stupid and just run into your box, you could literally sit here and line up a free 200, especially if you have a spaz, and they're gonna be mad and get sent back to the lobby for trying to, you know, like clip you and whatnot like this. They'll do this, right? Half the time people mongrel classic you, they'll do this, and they'll be standing literally right here, and you're right here. So in that point, yeah, they have the builds, but if you're ready for it, it's a 50-50 more times than not. So if you just take your time, line up that fat shot, boom, and end them. And I'll put a couple clips and I'll explain like what I'm doing in them right about now. Alright guys, so in this clip right here, I'm boxed up, as you see. I'm low on HP, and I edit this floor right here, and I think it's my cone. I try to fake him out, but it was his, and I take that little second instead of shooting him falling down, I wait till he gets up there to shoot him. Then another guy comes in, instead of shooting him right away, I line up a huge shot and end up getting a kill when I shouldn't. This clip right here is pretty self-explanatory. I edit on him, I can shoot it right away, but I wait till his head's right in my crosshair, 200. Now this one, I build up, and I end up boxing the opponent right here with the cone, and I shoot him. But you can see in the slow motion right here, I flick over, don't shoot, and I readjust onto his head for that huge shot. That's the difference between life or death 90% of your box fights. So you really got to think about that readjustment. Alright guys, the second little tip that I'm going to show you to like beat these players that are better than you and you like aren't sure what to do, and it's going to be catching them off guard. And it's kind of like outplaying in a sense, but not necessarily like straight outplays, because I'm going to have a whole video talking about like big brain 200 IQ plays coming in the future, so stay tuned for that. But I mean like catching them off guard. So like if they're chilling in this box right here because you hit them, like you just run up like crash pad, like they're not going to know what to do, like you're right behind them, right? Or even like in arena, if you see like a random box, most of the time they're waiting for someone to come up and like, you know, like start pickaxing their wall and trying to take it. But if you just straight up like run up to them and like crash pad in like that, there's a lot of ways to do it. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video showing off like you crash pad in, like there's lots of ways to do it and whatnot. So like catching them off guard, something like that. If they're in their box and like you're pressuring it, right? They're sitting there, they're holding their wall, you can't take it. You could do something cheeky like this and get a little free fire in and hit them through their builds, like things like that, just to like catch them off guard, because they're better than you. So if you get too close, you'll end up like getting destroyed. Like you'll be right here, they'll edit a window, cone you, box you in, and the next thing you know, you're just in their next montage. So we want to avoid that, because we know like these people are better than us and we're not like mechanically best, so we got to outsmart them. And another way to do that is like just confusing them. Like those crash pads confuse them. But like if you're in their box right here, you get this. This is one of my favorites to do. I have a clip showing this. You make this edit right here, like you drop down. They're confused. They don't know what to do, because more times than not, they're in the box. They see that edit or they see this edit. So they're in here. They're ready for it. Like in my first example, good players will sit here. They're ready for it. Or if they edit it this way, they're up here and they turn this into their right hand peek and they're ready for it, right? Hit that little shot on you. So you got to find ways to outsmart them. Like I said, I like this one right here. And what you do is you edit it into an L and you drop down and they're over here. They're like, wait, he's up there. And then they try to like edit out. But then you're right behind them and you could hit a fat pump shot and take them out like that. So that's just a couple ways, but like there's many other ways to do it too. Like if you're in the box and then you know they're gonna take it, you could like phase through something and whatnot and then jump up. Like the ramp one, that's like a very popular one, right? And then you're safe, whatnot. You just gotta like catch them off guard when they're not ready, because a lot of them are just mindlessly W keying, like I said, trying to like do crazy edits and all that cool stuff. And they'll fall right into your traps if you just catch them off guard, and they won't know what to do, because they're used to a bunch of common things, but they're not used to the uncommon things, so they see it and they kind of like panic and don't have the muscle memory for how to play against that. So I'm going to have a couple clips that are showing these little outplay things to catch your opponent off guard. Alright guys, this clip right here, I'm box fighting someone. He ends up getting away, but I see him build this fresh box and he's trying to pop a med kit, throw a crash pad. He freaks out, ends up pulling up his builds, gives me time to line up a fat 180 shot for the kill. And then in this next clip right here, I end up boxing the guy. Instead of making a normal edit, I do the little L and it has him face the wrong way. I get an easy shot, he has a tough shot, I win the fight. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed these little tricks or like tips, I don't know what to call them, to like just beat people that are better than you, because sometimes it is a real challenge when you're playing a sweat in arena, and I've been dealing with this because I took a break for the game, so I'm not at the tippity top shape yet, but I'm still killing them and I'm still making my way up there. So I hope you use these in your gameplay, and if you have any other ideas for videos you want to see, let me know in the comment section down below and I will respond and try to get one out for you. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.